large companies at this point have pretty aggressive net neutral, carbon neutral goals, or some form of a sustainability goal. And then how do you achieve that? Treasury is not the obvious place to look. And so what we've seen over the years is an evolution where corporations can now actually move deposits fully insured into this layer of banking that we love at CNote called community banking. So it's community development financial institutions, or CDFIs, minority deposit institutions, depository institutions, or MDIs. Effectively, it's community banking, which is $10 billion in assets or below. By moving deposits into those community banks that do green lending, a corporation can have this really scalable, meaningful, and measurable way to decarbonize simply through their deposits, simply by moving deposits from one container to another container. A lot of corporations have created and publicized very exciting but very aggressive decarbonization goals. How do we achieve that? And I think many of us together realize that you need every tool in the toolkit now. It cannot just be carbon offsets. It cannot just be green bonds. It really is an and approach that we're seeing a lot of corporations take. And that's why being able to deploy deposits for this effort becomes just a natural tool to have in the toolkit, fully FDIC insured, easy to do through platforms like CNote, and then measurable, right, and trackable. So when you think about greenwashing, which is obviously a threat, you really have that meaningful and that very transparent outcome of your efforts. You don't have to look far. You open up the newspaper and you can see what is the next natural disaster coming our way, whether it's a tornado or a hurricane or a wildfire. And it's happening in our own backyards. And so I think, that resonance that, weather patterns are becoming and continue to be more extreme. Natural disasters are happening more frequently. What can we do about it? And so I think we're seeing both a response and a resilience. A response meaning you have things like climate cash where you can really put deposits to work. But you also have the resilience piece of it, which is, how do we build more resilient housing? How do we build more resilient warehouses, businesses, communities? That's also an opportunity for these types of climate cash deposits. So I think because of all of these current events, we're seeing more and more corporations lean in.